Hey guys! Welcome to Couple. Please like and subscribe if you like this video. The Austrian doctor after whom Asperger syndrome is named was an active participant in the Nazi regime, assisting in the Third Reich's euthanasia program and supporting the concept of racial hygiene by deeming certain children unworthy to live, according to a study by a medical historian. Herwig Czech, from Vienna's Medical University, has made the claim in an academic paper published in the open-access journal Molecular Autism, following 8 years of research into the pediatrician Hans Asperger. Asperger is hailed as a pioneer in the field of child psychiatry and pediatrics, particularly for his groundbreaking contribution to the understanding of Asperger syndrome and the autism spectrum. But by unearthing previously untouched documents from state archives, including Asperger's personnel files and patient case records, Czech has revealed a scientist who allied himself so closely with the Nazi ideology that he frequently referred children to the Am Spiegelgrund Clinic, which was set up as a collecting point for children who failed to conform to the regime's criteria of worthy to live. Nearly 800 children died at the clinic between 1940 and 1945, many of whom were murdered under the notorious child euthanasia scheme. In a joint statement, the editors of Molecular Autism, Simon Baron-Cohen, Ami Klin, Steve Silberman, and Joseph Buxbaum, said they welcomed the fact that Czech's meticulous research had finally thrown light on decades of skepticism about Asperger's claims that he had taken a caring approach to his patients. The degree of Asperger's involvement in the targeting of Vienna's most vulnerable children has remained an open and vexing question in autism research for a long time, they wrote in a joint statement. At the time the term Asperger syndrome was first coined in London in 1981, by Dr. Lorna Wing, they added, she and we as scientists and clinicians, as well as the broader autism community, were unaware of Hans Asperger's close alliance with, and support of, the Nazi program of compulsory sterilization and euthanasia. Hans Asperger, front row, right, with his medical colleagues in Vienna in 1933. Photograph, Medical University of Vienna/Josephinum. Among Czech's findings is a photo of the distraught face of Herta Schreiber, who suffered from encephalitis and died of pneumonia 3 months after her admittance to Spiegelgrund, on Asperger's orders, a day after her 3rd birthday. Asperger ordered her transfer because she must be an unbearable burden to her mother and she was deemed incurable. A specimen of Herta's brain, found in a preparation jar in the basement of the clinic in the late 1990s, was buried in 2002, Czech said. There was no evidence that Asperger deliberately targeted for euthanasia the patients with distinct psychological characteristics he had called autistic psychopaths, under the diagnosis for which he became famous, said Czech. But his diagnoses proved burdensome for many of his patients, even years after the collapse of the Nazi regime. Asperger continued working as a doctor for more than 3 decades. Neither, said Czech, was there evidence of the benevolent attitude towards his patients that Asperger and others later boasted of. Czech also found a distinct lack of evidence of Asperger's self-coined pedagogic optimism, according to which some could be treated or cured. Asperger did take considerable pride in his heilpädagogic, therapeutic pedagogy, which promoted the popular idea among his colleagues and Nazi leaders at a time of labor shortages that in certain cases people with autism made excellent soldiers and reliable workers. But Asperger also wrote about the need to carry out restrictive measures against patients deemed to be incurable and with hereditary conditions out of a sense of great responsibility towards the German race.